I want to just tell you a little bit about what we do bring to the table and have done for nearly 5 years in Croydon. I think most of you here this evening are very familiar with numbers. I think we've got accountants, we've got bankers here, so I've written down a load of numbers here and I want to relate those to you. In terms of the Croydon Enterprise Loan Fund, the first loan we did, and I remember it well, was in January 2008. It was about £4,000 we gave to our first client. And the loan fund was initially set up as a £1 million fund. Here we are now, coming up to 5 years further on. We haven't lent that million. No, we've lent nearly 1.4 million because of the money we have lent. We have not only lent it, and lent it in a majority of cases successfully, but we've also got that money back. And in getting that money back from our clients, we've been able to recycle it. I say recycle it, not launder it, but we recycle it. It goes back into the pot, and that enables us to help other Croydon businesses grow and expand. And I said I would sort of look at the numbers. So far, in round figures, we have lent to 150 businesses in Croydon. We had a loan yesterday of 25,000 agreed for one Croydon business. Just over a year ago in Croydon, we had the riots, and we were, if you like, fast-tracked as a response unit to help the riot-affected businesses. And within a 3-4 month period, we did over 41 loans, and lent over £300,000 to the riot-affected businesses of Croydon that got money back into their pockets, so to speak, to enable them to get their shutters replaced that have been damaged, the windows replaced, get a bit of stock back in there to keep those businesses going. And in fact, I can actually say, because I've checked the figures, of all of those businesses that we helped, every one of them is still going. And I would question how many of those actually would have survived, because if they were waiting for the insurance money, if they were waiting for the various sort of Riot Damage Act monies to come through, a lot of them are still waiting. So I'd like to say we did make a difference. We also made a difference because the money we lent to them, for the most part, was interest-free. So it was about Croydon giving something back to the businesses of Croydon. But we're not just about lending money. In the time that we have been supporting Croydon businesses, we've assisted 30 businesses to start up. We've assisted 80 businesses to grow. And we have assisted businesses in job creation. We have actually created over 100 jobs within the borough during the time that we have been supporting these businesses. And I would just relate to one particular business that springs to mind that we supported with a loan of £10,000 just 3 years ago. It was a gentleman who set up a care business called Bluebird Care. It's a franchise. He'd been made redundant from a publishing company, and he had a background in the sort of care industry. He worked on publications in that arena, and he wanted to set up his own business. But as a fairly early stage business, he went to the bank, and unfortunately the bank weren't able to help him at that stage. But we stepped into the breach. As I say, we gave him a modest sized loan. He put a fair bit of his own capital into his business. He now employs 48 people within the borough. And I'm really proud of what we did for a business like that to help them, because not only has that brought employment to the borough, it also, his catchment area is purely Croydon. He helps people in the borough in terms of caring the community and what have you. Yes, he makes money out of it, and you know, that's what he's there for. But it is very much about a Croydon business being given Croydon's money and bringing tangible benefit to Croydon. So when I say that we have lent over 1.3, nearly 1.4 million to date, it might sound as though, well, you only had $1 million and you've recycled it. We've still got plenty of money left. I'm quite happy to say we have got, I know the sort of bank balance, may not sound very much, but we've got £350,000 in the pot as we speak today, and every quarter we get another £70,000 coming back in from repayments. And we reckon at the sort of attrition rate that we normally have, because an average loan is £10,000 that we do, we have got capacity to keep this fund going for a good while yet. But what we do need is support from, as I say, the great and the good, people like yourselves of Croydon, to help us in getting our message out to your sort of client base, whether it's clients that have come to the banks and maybe you've not been able to support them, or maybe you've only been able to give them some of the money they've asked for. Perhaps we can help them step into the breach and top it up, match funding, that sort of thing. Or it could be that, and I often think the first port of call a client may have when they're looking to get some funding is maybe to go to their accountant or sort of professional advisor. And I would like you to sort of consider us as being one of the options where we may be able to help people. And it's not just about helping them in terms of the finance, because we also have a second offering now that we have been able to give to businesses over the last 5 or 6 months. You'll see a couple of posters, one over here with Finance for Change on it. Finance for Change is a programme that we are funded for by Croydon Council, as is the loan fund that we run, where we offer business support, a minimum of 12 hours business support to businesses to help them become finance ready. Unlike the loan fund, which is purely Croydon based for Croydon businesses, we run the Finance for Change programme over Croydon, Bromley and Merton. And in fact tonight we've got Sunita here with some of her sort of clients who looks after our sort of clients in Merton. And I think to date we've helped about 40 businesses actually become finance ready and to be able to access funding, whether it's through the loan fund in Croydon, whether it's through their banks, whether it's through helping with business planning, cash flow forecasting. We will do all of that to help a business become finance ready, and we don't charge them anything for doing it. So again, it's where the good support of Croydon Council helps us to help bring tangible economic benefit to Croydon. And just before I conclude this little bit of the presentation, I just wanted to read something. I was at a conference recently where Vince Cable spoke, and amongst some of the things that he said, the Croydon Enterprise Loan Fund is what is known as the CDFI, Community Development Finance Institute. And last year, the CDFIs created and saved 8,300 jobs through investing over 200 million. 2012 has seen an 88% surge in demand. And he recognised that the CDFIs collectively were creating an avenue for businesses to be able to get capital and helping sort of create and retain jobs. And also, and I'm sure some of the bankers here tonight will be aware of this, there is being developed a referral scheme through the British Bankers Association, where if the banks aren't able to help clients, an automatic sort of referral will be made to the various CDFIs during the country. But I'm proud to say that Croydon has already got a CDFI where they're ready, willing and able to help the businesses that might need our support. I've, if you like, told you a little bit about what we have done in terms of, you know, the numbers. Some of you will have been eating already, and one of the things you will have noticed, anyone who came in to our event a couple of years ago, there's a table over there with some sushi on it. I hope some of you have had some sushi. If you haven't, please indulge. But that was actually prepared by one of our clients. It's a business called Tashi Sushi. Some of you may already know it. It's over in the Whitgift Centre, where Sainsbury's and the Boots sort of little quarter is, right by the escalator there. And we went over there and picked up some sushi to bring to you this evening. So again, that's someone we helped 3 years ago. The business is thriving, and I can assure you that the sushi is very good.